Well, welcome back to Norfolk, and we have started the second barn conversion. This one is going to need a lot more work and really isn't so much a restoration. The first one, which was done last year, you can just see in the distance there, all painted up nicely pink with its new clean roof, went very smoothly, no great surprises. Everything that we expected could go wrong with restoring a really old building that really hadn't been planned or built to any specification was found and put right, and this one is going to be a slightly bigger challenge. The levels weren't really anticipated again on the floor plans, with the large retaining wall at the front that you can just see there in the background being really around 2 foot lower, with the entrances coming through onto this floor than we had planned for, with the car parking on the other side. The footings have just been completed yesterday, which give you a feel for the size of the floor plan in this barn. It's going to be double story for the portion just to the rear. You can just see that retaining wall buttress just being left in place. The old barn door entrance with the sliding door is going to be retained but glazed, with the rolling barn doors retained as a feature. And then the entrance to this barn is going to be in two places, one in the far corner there, which will come through at more or less the level of the concrete lintel that's going across the entrance there. This has all got to be reformed. They've dug it all out completely, taken all the old floors away. There was an old soakaway found in the far corner that's now being filled in. We've got some lovely clean deep trenches for the footings that have all gone in beautifully. I expect they're probably going to put some concrete in the base of these and start work on that today. You can also see just in the base of that brick wall there, that pipe coming through. Just here, this is part of an old drainage system that ran from that yard drain, which is quite an important and integral yard drain because of the slope of the land. Again, we get a lot of water in flash flooding coming down into this area of the courtyard, so that is probably not going to flow under this barn and is going to be redirected into the groundwater or surface water drains that go now all the way down this gravel pathway back towards the pond in the far corner. Now, all the brickwork that was in this portion of the barn was soft and rotten. The barn itself had actually been built on this old garden wall that runs all the way up the east side of this courtyard, and you can see here what I'm talking about. There's the old buttress for the garden wall, the top of the garden wall there, and this is where the barn wall was built along its southern aspect. You can see somebody's attempted a little bit of an old tie in there, but actually there is nothing tied together here at all, no brickwork ties at all, and even on the foundations, nothing. Fresh run of foundation bricks running along this aspect. So, as you would expect, we've got some movement and some cracking in here. Obviously these walls are all going to have to be tanked, and then some steels put in just to hold everything tightly together when the new floor's in. We've also got quite a bit of ductwork to do under here because we've got, as you can see in the far corner there, cabling coming through for power and water, which has to be brought to a little plant area that's going to be just where I'm pointing now on this aspect in one of the entrance cupboards. And we're also got some ducting going in right the way from the fields back to this barn, bringing the power for the next tranche of solar panels back into an inverter and battery bank in this building. I think this board says it all in terms of the state of the wood that you looked at when it was standing and thought, oh, maybe we'll get away with that, maybe we can just treat the beetle and the rot, but really this is balsa wood, powdery, no integral strength in a lot of this, and it is all, the decision was made by the building team that the superstructure, the roof, rafters, the first floor and everything needed to come away really and be reformed, and I think we'll get a far better result for that. Our one concern is that we're going to end up with what looks like a relatively modern industrial building as opposed to an old barn, and we're going to try and work our way around that by matching these bricks for some Norfolk Reds, which will hopefully make this aspect with the garden walls that you can see running down this aspect of the barn tie together as it runs along here. We're going to have window and entrance on this aspect looking east, which should get the morning light beautifully, as you can see the sun coming up behind me. Incredible what you do dig up on a building site when they're doing the trenches. These boys amaze me. Although they're using heavy plant, they still manage to pull things like this out of their trenches, which are rather nice reminders of the age and previous life of these buildings and the land around here. We've got the floor joists, which we're going to form a lovely log store out of, I hope. We've got the retained corrugated iron sheet roofing, and that's going to be reused and form a log store, because we really will miss not having a dry log store. Now that one's gone, which was the side building just latched on the side of the barn. Piles of rubble. They actually brought in a crushing machine to crush all the brick and produce our own brick crush, which is going to be very nice when we come to do some of the landscaping work. We've also got start of the arrival of building materials on site, and as you can see, a rather large pile of firewood that I have to now very carefully try and cut up without hitting any of those nails. We'll see how I get on with that. I don't really enjoy jobs like that, but we're getting there and it's progressing, and we will show you the progress on this barn. Taking it apart's always very quick and quite rewarding. You see some progress. Now the building work starts and that seems to slow everything down, but we will keep you updated and show you the progress as the team make their way through the construction of this 4-bedroom barn conversion, and we're looking forward to it. Probably going to be end of the year towards Christmas before it really is close to completion. Thanks for watching.